This call is from a person currently in a prison in England. All calls are logged and recorded and may be listened to by a member of prison staff. If you do not wish to accept this call, please hang up now.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Sean. Another day in paradise. Sunday, the 26th of March, 2025, HMP Wandsworth B Wing. In my dream, I was in my old address. I had a couple of phones for some reason. One of them had their alarm going off. I didn't know what for, but it was super annoying. I searched upstairs and then downstairs trying to hone in on where the sound was coming from, but I couldn't figure it out or find it in this alarm. Then I woke up in HMP Wandsworth prison, hearing the same alarm. But instead of being alert and active like I was in my dream, I was in bed in the morning and I was very tired. The alarm was even more annoying as I was awake, as it was coupled with shouting from a scream. "Stop it!" the flaccid man was shouting over and over. There was a fight in somebody's cell, even this early in the morning. While the fight was happening, the screw shouted over the alarm. But under the sound of the fighting, I went back to sleep for an hour or two, despite the sound, until the door opened for exercise. But me and my cellmate just stayed in bed. It's far too cold for so-called exercise, just walking in circles in a cold yard. It's pretty grim. With no heating and no showers and a room that stinks of smoke, I think I'll ask my solicitor to put in a transfer back to Thameside on religious grounds. I should have a shower every single day for prayer. Yeah, even if there is no hot water, you can't get a shower every day. Now I wait for the weekend hot meal around midday. God help me. Before I got food, they were shouting, "Laundry." It's good and annoying. I thought they wouldn't do the laundry today because there's no hot water, but the radiator's back on now, so it must have got fixed. This means when the door was open for me to get dinner, I had my clothes sprawled out on the floor, counting them for this form that I had to fill in. It was just basically to document how many items of each item that there is to give to the laundry people. This is apparently so if anything gets lost, the items of clothing can be investigated in this place. There's not a screw on the earth that would investigate lost underwear from the prison laundry. It's a joke. How hard is it to empty a bag into a washing machine and vice versa? As I was counting the clothes, a screw was pestering me at my cell door to get me food. "You can do laundry after you've got your food," she kept telling me as I was counting it all, rushing me and herself. One, why would I get me food to just put it aside to get even colder before I eat it while I sort my laundry? And two, it's a lie. As soon as I'm back with my food, I'll be locked up. So that I missed the opportunity to do laundry. Then, when I did get me food after handing me laundry to one of the two lads with a big trolley with washing on, as I was going back to my cell, I was going upstairs and I had one dickhead screw shout, hey you, yo, glasses." I blanked them until they shouted glasses, knowing that they were shouting at me the whole time though. The idiot shouted, "What cell are you in?" I was furious. Why did he even turn around? 235. The one I'm fucking going to. Why? I shouted back with venom. "Oh, okay," the wasteman replied. I was even more livid. What was the fucking point in that? I shouted, legitimately wanting an answer, but they turned around. Today, I'm reacting to everything. All the bullshit in this prison's having me react. Then, I'm even more pissed off at being pissed off. I'm just sharing the prison with people who are equally or more stressed. The food was roast chicken, unseasoned, looking sad, 4 out of 10. But pre-roasted, frozen small potatoes, 2 out of 10. Frozen carrot and peas, 1 out of 10. He told me I can't get gravy because it wasn't on my options. I was livid. The server saw it on my face, so he gave me approximately 4 tablespoons of gravy. I vented to my cellmate. Then I watched Yes Man, a Jim Carrey film. Afterwards, we were listening to another fight going on in the wing through the little slit in the door. I flipped through the new Quran and diary that I got from my cellmate who got it off somebody else for me. The diary is great for a Muslim with important dates and tips, so to speak. I'm starting my first fast tomorrow, Thursday. I'm looking forward to it, as well as Ramadan, a couple of months away. My cellmate's even more skeptical of my preparedness for Ramadan, I suspect. But right now, I'm genuinely excited for March. Today, I recorded day 3 to 7 of my prison diary for my podcast. It's really appreciated, the work by Tom producing it. It's bonkers that it's materializing in the world beyond prison, from inside prison. I think, regardless of how I describe my days, people won't actually understand or forgive me for some descriptions of my experiences. Of course, I am very undereducated. I wish there was somebody more literate than me doing the podcast, keeping us in public consciousness, exposing what we're exposed to as political prisoners, but there isn't anybody else. I hope by the time this podcast or this episode is out, the podcast/diary has brought people closer to our daily struggles. Of course, I can only speak for myself. I just don't think that others' experiences will be too dissimilar in some respects. We watched Love Island, and my cellmate, who's been at Wandsworth before, was describing the different wings here, the pros and cons, as well as previous memories. This wing is easily the most boring by the sounds of it. Maybe we'll move by request at some point to make life more interesting. Now, Match of the Day is on. The heating did come on, same as our cell's hot water tap, but only for half a day. I have a pair of pants and undies, socks that I forgot about when doing laundry hanging on the radiator that's off, damp for who knows how long. I think I'll have a heated in the kettle carton of milk with a bowl of brown flakes, muesli and lemon cake mashed together as the last meal before fasting from Fajr tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in to Diary of a Political Prisoner. What was a short list for you was a period of time in prison for me. So please make sure that you subscribe on whatever podcast player you're listening on to be notified of future episodes. Each episode was recorded in a prison cell as I'm held on remand for allegedly being involved in a Palestine action to disrupt and destroy weapons in a genocidal Israeli arms factory under Section 5 of the Terrorism Act. My diary is a podcast only to give you something in the hope that you can give help and support to my mum and son, which I can't do by any other means from prison. In supporting them, for £5 a month, you can get a week's worth of episodes in advance every Monday. For £10 a month, you'll get the week's worth of episodes. Plus, I'll respond to any question you have in a monthly question and answer episode on my Patreon at patreon.com/politicalprisonerpod. For £25 a month or humanitarian aid gear, you get all of the above while knowing my little boy is supported and happy. One-time donations can be made by emailing or messaging my producer on social media. Media/collaboration inquiries are on the same line as senders and inbox. If you can't support me family in my absence, please follow the podcast on Instagram if you're going to be listening. Please follow on Twitter, all of our socials. Our handle is Diary Cole Prisoner. Please share them and this podcast with your friends. It's free to do and it helps this project grow. You can also send me a prisoner email or letters, drawings, anything like that. Links to everything mentioned can be found in the podcast description below. Thank you, love and solidarity.